Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's very, very important. Kindness is top tier. Kindness is never going to go out of vogue. Like, how can a man be in the house? His wife's water broke. Hey, God, I beg. Like, his wife's water broke, and he was looking at her. She had to call a male friend. He was the one that now went all the way to go and pick her up and took her to the hospital. What if she died? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, please use that subscribe button and like this video. And if you're an existing subscriber, thank you for coming back to watch my video. Thank you for always coming back to watch my video. So my name is Juliet. For those that do not know, I currently live in Abuja, Nigeria. I'm an HR girl, so I film HR, workplace, career related content. And then also I film like awesome vlogs, lifestyle content. I talk about deep conversations here on my channel, like anything that is actually worth talking about on my channel. Yeah, are things I talk about. You can go and check my previous videos if you're new here. Go through my playlists. There are a whole lot of exciting things. I have vlogs, I have relationship and lifestyle content, I have fashion content, beauty content, like everything you can actually think about. But today's video is actually supposed to be a very, very short one. I didn't plan to shoot a video today, so don't mind my background. But regardless, I just thought to quickly film this video. Today is Sunday. I'm going to church, but I got ready quite early, so I decided to quickly film this video. So we have a couple of things to talk about. Yes, I saw them online and I'm like, okay, let me just, let's just talk about it once and for all. You guys, I always move my hand a lot, so if you're new here, get used to it. So let me just quickly get my phone. Yeah, so guys, so first thing is, I saw something on Instagram. This person said that if my wife ever have birth complications, I'll ask the doctor to save the baby first. This is an action every responsible husband will take. I'm going to ask again. Where will Nade like because guys, like I am dumbfounded. So when I saw this thing, I didn't even plan to actually make a video about it, but there was something else I saw, and that's why I actually that's why I'm actually talking about this one. So when you say that if your wife has birth complications, you ask the doctor to save the baby first instead of your wife. So somebody said, what do you guys think? Like, this is even a no-brainer. Like, how can a man think that the best person to save if his wife has birth complications? Like, if the doctor comes to meet you and says, okay, who should we save? Like, who is the top priority? You actually save a baby. Now, you've always known your wife. Let's say you've been married for 1 year, 2 years, or whatever. At least for you to like be getting to the point of delivery, you've lived for minimum of 9 months, right? So you've known your wife for, like, let's add the dating phase and the time that you guys got married and everything. Let's say minimum of 2 years, I mean. And now you actually would pick a baby that you don't even know yet over your wife. I don't know how some guys think. So I have this opinion, right? Like, because this thing, I saw it on Twitter. I have this opinion. Before you date anybody or before you actually get into a relationship with anybody, please, disclaimer, I'm not a relationship coach, I'm not a relationship expert or anything. But please, before you date anybody or go into a relationship with anybody, please, if they're on Twitter, go ask for their username on Twitter. Go and check their tweet. Like, search for some keywords. For a man, search for like things like women. Check how much they actually talk about women. I've done that before. Like, I wanted to date somebody one time, and I had to go like on Twitter to check some of the things that the person tweeted. And I'm like, never. Like, you can come to me and be acting all good, all religious, all spiritual, and everything. And I'm like, okay, I will check some things. And I went on Twitter and I searched some keywords. I searched women. I searched um woman and all that. Like, I was just seeing some of the things that this person has said previously about women. And I'm like anything girl, women, even down to sex. Like, I want to see what you are tweeting consistently, right? Because you can say Twitter is cruise, but in my opinion, Twitter is not cruise. Yes, I'm actually very, very like I am. This thing is actually annoying me. You can say Twitter, we just come on Twitter to catch cruise and everything. Not everything is cruise. So before you actually get into a relationship with anybody, this is a tip that they're not going to tell you in the church. Go and check their Twitter, check their tweets, check what they stand for. Because from somebody's tweet, me, I'm on Twitter. When I tweet, I bant, I joke about a lot of things, right? But you have some things that you can never go on my profile or whatever to check. and you will see me talking about. It's not possible. Now, this is not me pretending or anything. That is just my person. So if you actually claim that, okay, Twitter is for cruise and bant and everything, and then you go on Twitter and then you check some keywords and you realize that, okay, this person is actually very, very derogatory towards women. Like, this person talks down on women, talks bad about women and everything. Please just carry your two leg and run. Disappear. And don't confront them, just disappear, ghost them, whatever it is. Like me, what I did in my situation was I actually ghosted the person. Ghost them. Don't go into a relationship with people that consistently think that they can come online and say nonsense. Like, if imagine you want to date somebody now and then you go on Twitter and then you see something like this saying that if my wife has birth complications, I'll ask the doctor to save my wife, my baby first. I've disappeared. You are not going to, like, I will ghost you. You're not going to see me again. That's just the truth. Like, you're never going to see me again.
I thank God beg you. Make you not try am again. Because now my knife I won't bring out so. Now chuka for chuku you.
Last time we probably ate for me is the last time because I'm not going to confront you in that kind of situation, because if I try to confront you, you probably have like a whole lot of things to say, and I'm not interested in you trying to defend yourself. I'm just like, okay, why would you even think about this entire thing in the first place? But anyways, I am very, very passionate about this thing, because when it comes to relationship and marriage, for me, like, it's a very, very big deal. So making mistakes or with a life partner is something that I don't ever pray for my enemy, like my worst enemy, So please, this advice I'm giving you, they're not going to give you in church, they're not going to give you in the mosque, they're not going to give you, like, it's just something that came to my head like some years back, and I decided that before I actually date anybody, please, I want to check your tweets. I want to check the things that you have been saying online. If it's like maybe 10 years ago, I'll say okay. But like in recent times, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you're tweeting things like this. No, please, I've disappeared. You're never going to see me again. That's just the truth. So I think that's about that for this particular case. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section regarding this. Like, a man saying that they are going to save. Okay, some people might say it's fine, but I just want to know what you guys think. But my opinion is that it is wrong. You say you're actually saving your baby first, a baby that you don't even know yet, but that's what you want to save first. You guys, please, let's do better. Let's do better. So the second thing I saw, I'm going to be linking it somewhere up here. So somebody tweeted something on Twitter randomly that a woman never forget men's action towards them when they are pregnant. So somebody came and quoted the tweet and said, "Oh, I got a call last night from my friend whose water broke. I had to leave my house in Idu. I picked her from Mabushi and drove her to a hospital in Jabi because she had a fight with her husband and he was not speaking to her." And so somebody now said, like, her husband was with her, he knew her water broke, she was in labor and did nothing about it. The guy now responded and said, yes, they were actually inside the same house. Hey, hey, God, oh, God, dear God, dear God. Please, you people, where do you used to see like these useless men to marry? Like, see, when they say marry a kind partner, is not a cliche. It is the standard. There's some men that are actually Christians and they're wicked. So I'm not saying marry a Christian or marry a spiritual person. Those ones are important too. Don't get me wrong. But please, when you want to marry somebody, like, above everything else, you actually have to check that this person is kind in every situation. Like, imagine a situation whereby you and your partner, you are fighting, and then your partner still asks you that, okay, you don't chop. Like, have you eaten? Do you want me to get you something? Like, you guys are fighting. The fight is still there. You see those little traits, you actually get to see it too, but the moment you decide to actually ignore these things, that's where the issue comes from. Like, you are fighting with somebody and they don't care about you. You guys are having like maybe a conversation. It didn't go the way you guys, it didn't go the way one person wanted it to go, and then it becomes an issue and everything. But in you have to look out for the person's actions even when you guys are fighting. It's very, very important. Kindness is top tier. Kindness is never going to go out of vogue. Like, how can a man be in the house, his wife's water broke? Hey, God, I beg. Like, his wife's water broke and he was looking at her. She had to call a male friend. He was the one that now went all the way to go and pick her up and took her to the hospital. What if she died? Like, another question is, these men that actually do these things, don't they have family members? See, one thing is that, so my brother told me one thing one time, it has never ever left me in this life. Like, I learned it a long time ago, but it resonated with me again. If you want to marry somebody, if you want to date somebody, Never date somebody that does not have rope on their neck. Let me explain. So, never be in a relationship or marry somebody that doesn't have anybody that an authority over their lives that they actually fear. I'm not a relationship expert. I'm not a coach. I'm not married yet. But my point is never date people that don't have an authority, be it a spiritual authority, be it mentors or something, like people that they actually respect. So that when they actually misbehave, you can actually go and report them and say, okay, oh, I'm not saying that you should carry your marriage and go and be talking about it to a third party. Don't get me wrong. I saw a tweet one day, somebody said that never ever bring a third party into your marriage. Yes, perfect, that works for them. I'm not saying that you should carry all your matter and go and be reporting. What I'm saying is that you need, like everybody in this life, we all have the capacity and tendencies to misbehave. Get take that or leave, like take it or leave it. We have tendencies and we have tendencies to actually misbehave. So the only thing that sometimes helps us is that when we have those kind of people that we respect, if they actually talk to us, there's a way we actually adjust. So imagine I have a person where in my life whereby if I actually do something, like if I'm annoying my husband or my partner consistently, and the person goes like, okay, I'm going to report you to your brother. In my mind, I'm like, since I don't want to get reported to my brother, I would adjust. So it's not like my husband or my partner has automatically like gone to go and report. But my point is, the moment they mention that person, you actually bother. It could be your parents. But sometimes they say don't use parents because parents get sentimental. They're probably going to support whoever. But my point is that how can you say that your wife was your wife was in like labor at Waterbrook? You're in the same house, and then you did not think to actually take her to the hospital because you guys are fighting. You people, I use God and beg you. Please marry kind people, marry kind partners. Where will not they see this kind of like? Where do you guys? So if you are not married yet, congratulations. So, and if you're happily married, you people that are happily married now in this generation, you are part of God's beloved. Like God actually loves you guys. Like you are married and you are happily married. You guys are actually like God's favorite people on the face of the earth because at the end of the day, I feel like what is on the street right now now nonsense full am. Although God still has sons, though, I'm not saying that you should settle and everything, note to self as well. But my point is that please look out for these things. Like what when you are fighting with your partner or the person that you are planning to date, look out for like the things that they actually like get to do, even when you guys like when you are fighting, they are not checking on you, they are not, or they keep malice for long, they keep grudges for too long. Please, all those things that they are red flags. Please carry your slippers and run. I'm not saying that people will not get angry. I'm not saying that situations will not warrant people to actually get mad, and all that. I'm not saying that. All I'm just saying is that they cannot consistently do that kind of thing and you're comfortable with it. In marriage, one day, I'm sure this lady never planned that she would ever be in labor and her husband will neglect her. So I'm sure that this guy has been consistently doing other wicked things to her and she has been managing. So imagine that something happened to her. Because I actually need to go back to this tweet to just be sure that the girl, like the lady actually like had the baby and she's fine and everything. Because we didn't really see the remaining part of everything. But avoid mad people, avoid wicked people, avoid wicked partners. Third thing I'm going to talk about here is like another thing that I saw. Let me just talk about everything once and for all. So there's this particular lady, she came on Instagram. This one was Instagram, and said that a mother-in-law has been, I don't like, the food story is very long. I'll just post it somewhere here. But basically, I think like the summary is that a mother-in-law has been living with them for 6 years and she has refused to leave. She has been feeling depressed. She has been married for 9 years now, and her mother-in-law came to join them 6 years ago when she lost all her belongings. So the woman was like, okay, she told her husband that okay, let her mother-in-law, let your mom come and stay with us for the meantime when she's able to recover and gather everything together. Now when her father-in-law passed, she remarried and everything, but she has remarried though, and now she's fine. She's supposed to go back to like her husband's house, but she has refused to go back. Now the lady is saying that I am exhausted. I feel like I'm losing my mind. I cry every day. I am worn out. Unfortunately, my husband doesn't seem to understand my perspective. He worries about what people will say. So like the man is more worried about people will say, but at the end of the day, the whole thing that the lady is saying here, that the mother-in-law has been maltreating her, she has been doing a whole lot of wicked things to her, like she has just been like making life unbearable for her in the house and everything, and she just feels very very uncomfortable about it. And then she said she has spoken to She has spoken to her husband about it, but her husband is worried about what people are actually going to say, like, well, how will it look like if he chases his wife, his mother away from the house. Now, the lady said something. Yesterday, I came back from the shop. I didn't find my first son at home, who is actually my second born. His two siblings told me that my mother in law had taken him to my other brother in law's house. I called my husband to ask if he was aware, and he said no. I got really angry because this is not the first time she's doing this, and I've told her like not to do it again. There was a day that she was going to Lagos. There was a day when she was going to Lagos and I returned home. My son was not there. His siblings told me that grandma had taken him to Lagos. Like, you carried somebody's child and went, like, you left Abuja, for instance, you now went to Lagos with the child without telling the mother, just because she went to work and came back, did not meet her child at home. Thinking into depression, my husband will want to eat. He will ask me to combine his mom's soup with my own soup. So she said, I cannot share every detail here, but I know I'm exhausted. I have parents as well, and I'm the firstborn of two girls. Please help. I need help. She said, please help a sister with advice. My head is spinning. I feel like running away and never looking back. Please help me. Advise me. I have some savings to leave and start anew with my kids, but I'm afraid. Please advise me. Me, the thing I said is that in this case, your husband is the one that has the power to change these things. It's really sad though, but please stay strong, because me, I'm not going to advise anybody to go and leave their family or leave their husband or leave their relationship or whatever. I feel like this particular situation can actually be resolved, but it depends on the husband. Is the one that has the capacity and power to actually change these things. And the moment he's ready to do that, there's going to be change. But the moment he's not ready to do that, there's not going to be any change. That's just the truth. So the husband is the one. So I feel like, so everything still boils down to marrying partners that actually like care about you so much and they are going to make you happy. Now, I'm not saying that the man should chase his mother-in-law out of the house, but I feel like the man should be able to set some boundaries. Like, okay, you're living with us for a while or something, but the man should be able to set some boundaries. I see no reason why, for instance, okay, let me give an example. So my brother now will not be able to talk to my mom and tell my mom that, okay, oh, and when it comes to my wife, don't do this and this and this. There's no problem with it. The most important thing is that there's no disrespect in why you're trying to communicate. But the man actually has, like, the full power to talk about this thing. So somebody said, Zillion said that. Let me just quickly read Zillion's comment. I feel like the battles you are fighting are in your head. There is a lot you can benefit from your mother-in-law staying with you. Open your heart to her and start seeing her as part of your family. Say another child you have to cater for. Let her join you in running the home too. It's only natural that you would need help around the house. Leave her with the kids and take a break with your husband. Get help with her son's money. If cooking is a big deal for you, buy her things, treat her nicely. You'll feel better. If you keep seeing it as a problem, it will keep messing up with your mind. At some point, when she feels tired and need a break, she will also go to her house for a while and probably come back. The thing is, you have a mother in law that is attached to her children. You just create a mindset around her. Try to understand her. She definitely does not mean any harm to her son and his family. I hope you can start seeing things in a new light. Embrace her for your own mental health. I would even have said love her like your mother, but that's not even possible. Just open your heart to her. I really wish for things to get better, but please stop thinking of leaving your home just because of your mother in law. She's not supposed to be a threat. Just filter the atmosphere of your home and swing things in the direction you want. Sending you hugs. So I feel like I love the balance of what she said. The only thing is that this would only work if the mother-in-law is also willing to work it out. It takes two to tango, never forget. So if the mother-in-law is actually giving her issues, there's no way she'll be able to do these things. But the most important thing, like I said, is the husband has the full power to actually change these things. If the man wants things to change, things are actually going to change. That's just the truth. He just needs to have like a proper conversation with his mom. Let them talk about things and sort it out. Create boundaries, healthy boundaries. Like, create boundaries. Boundaries are actually very, very important in marriage. That's just it. There are a lot of opinions here, but I'm not going to be reading much of the reactions. But my point is that, please, whatever you're doing in this life, please just end up with a very, very kind partner that understands you and that is going to do anything to actually make you very, very comfortable and happy. Very important. Another thing I want to talk about. So I saw this thing on Twitter. Like, this is just literally me just talking about like relationship today. So somebody said, what do you think of a man who asks a woman to buy a plane ticket for him, or ask ask her for money in general. I've been dating this guy for only 3 months, and he feels very comfortable enough to ask me to buy a plane ticket for him to fly to the States. Knowing fully well that I'm a single mother of two who also has expenses, please share your thoughts. Thank you in advance. Me, I don't have any thought. My only thought is that this guy has seen you as an ATM machine, and that's that. How can a man be so comfortable asking you for things? It's not plane ticket from Abuja to Lagos here. It's plane ticket from Nigeria to the United States. It's not cheap. Now, the man expects that you buy plane ticket for him. As per what? You've been dating for only 3 months and he's expecting the woman to be the one to buy plane ticket. I don't understand how some men are comfortable with actually like thinking that you can ask women for things. I'm not saying that as a woman you should not do things for your man. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying that how like you should not be comfortable. It's just 3 months of dating. If I feel like buying you a plane ticket, if I have the money, I will buy it for you. But like you now thinking that it's okay for you to impose it on me to buy you a plane ticket. These are the issues though. At the end of the day, now this lady now will end up marrying this guy. She's a single mom of two, so she has other expenses. At the end of the day, she ends up marrying this guy. And then you now say that your husband does not give you, your husband does not provide. Have you guys forgotten that in the Bible talks about a man that cannot provide for his family being worse than an infidel? So how come you're comfortable with thinking that you can actually be asking? You see all those men that try to make you feel like, oh, you are a rich woman now. Yeah, 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 yeah. This and that. When you ask them for one small thing, they're like, you are rich now. You have money now. Yeah. Please pack your slippers and run. They don't want to spend money. That is the truth. They don't want to spend money. I'm not saying that anybody should be entitled to anybody's finances. Don't get me wrong at all. I'm not saying that anybody should be entitled to anybody's finances, be it a woman. A woman should not be entitled to a man's money. Neither should a man be entitled to a woman's money. But I feel like it's actually just very, very uncomfortable, in my own opinion, for a man to be asking a single mom of two to buy him plane tickets to come to the US. If you want to come to the US, please come. Why must it be my money that you use to fly and come to the US? Don't you have your own money to buy plane ticket? I just feel like there's a whole lot going on. And to be very honest, like I kept this whole thing and I just decided to just make a video about it. But at the end of the day, everything that I'm saying today is that please, whatever you do, if you're a man, dear kings, please marry a kind woman. If you're a woman, dear queens, please marry a kind man. Marry kind partners. It's very, very important. It's going to help you and it's going to help you a whole lot in navigating life. So life is already what it is. So don't allow relationship to now become like another problem or another headache for you. Please. It's actually very, very important. So please let's do better. As human beings, let's do better. Be it men, be it women, please let us do better. Kindness should be the order of the day. Like what do you gain from being a wicked person? What do you gain from actually hurting people? What do you gain from wickedness? Like what do you really gain? You know, somebody said something. Yes, I saw something yesterday, and somebody said the person was like, and that. So please take microphone and explain what you actually gain from people's downfall. So my point is take microphone and explain what you actually gain from being a wicked person. There's nothing to gain actually from being a wicked person. So it's very, very important that we actually do better. Yes, very, very important that we do better. So guys, thank you so much for watching my rant today. Like today, I'm just so passionate and I'm very angry about a whole lot of things that's been going on. You know, when I get to read these things online, I kind of feel like, oh my God, these things are wild, but they are happening in reality. Like they're happening, happening in real life. So at the end of the day, I just feel like these are real issues. And then I felt like it was something I needed to just talk about. But whatever it is, please, at the end of the day, just make sure that you actually end up with a kind partner. It's very, very important. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching my video. As always, please remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it to your family members, share it with your village people. Please bring more people to come and subscribe to my channel, because at the end of the day, I actually get to talk about a whole lot of things, like a whole lot of amazing content. So thank you so much, guys, for always, and I'll catch you on the next one. So bye. Mwah. I won't forget to blow you guys a kiss. I will never forget that. I will try never ever to forget. Anyways, thank you so much, guys. Mwah. Bye.